What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Man, I don't know what's going on in America, but I shouldn't be surprised. Word is that the guy who stabbed that young girl in on that train, word is that they have started a GoFundMe. Now, guys, if you've been watching and see what's checking it out, there are some people are making him out as a victim, meaning that, they're making him out as a victim. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is happening because of mental health. If he'd had the help that he need, that wouldn't have happened. Man, that was some of the that is the most ridiculous statement I ever heard, guys. See, what we fail to realize, and I don't know why the other people don't want to realize this, but I get it though, it's all political. You know what I'm saying? It's about money. You know what I'm saying? They already know that the majority of the people, right, act and carry themselves a certain type of way. I keep talking about this 3-4 year generation thing. Certain type of people act a certain type of way. And it's 3 or 4 generations down the line. For some reason, they are trying to cater to those people's feelings. I don't know if they think that it's going to equal votes or something. But, bro, first of all, when a person has to want help, right? If you really out in the field and really out know what's going on and really be around people, bro, majority of those type of people, you know what I'm saying? You can't tell them nothing. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to admit they got a mental problem. They're going to think you got a mental problem because you are not agreeing with what they're trying to do. So they're talking about the system failed the guy. You know what I'm saying? Basically, that's what they're saying, that the system failed him. Like, how did the system fail him? You know what I'm saying? And unless they're trying to say that, okay, let's get mental facilities, and arrest them and lock those type of people up. Because as I recall, back in the days, they had the mental institute where they lock people down. Well, if I can remember correctly, if I can recall, well, they shut down the mental institutions and let a lot of people out of the mental institutions. I can't remember what year this was, but this was decades ago. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if they are trying to say it like that, like, okay, we know we have these certain type of people. Let's get the resources, the money and the resources together, and let's have a place that we can admit these people in. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing I could think of because, guys, take it from the OG. These people and those type of people, as I'm talking about the Pookie and the Ray Ray, like the dude who stabbed that lady, they don't want the help, guys. They don't recognize that there's a problem going on. They don't recognize that. They think that it's all okay. And the reason why they think that is because they've been seeing it and they've been raised like that for generations and generations and generations. So in their mind, they ain't doing nothing wrong. But then the thing is, when it hits the fan and it get rough, they don't know critical thinking, guys. You know what I'm saying? And then that's a critical thing. What I'm noticing, a lot of people don't have critical thinking. Like, meaning that you don't think things out. Literally, think things out before you do it. And ask yourself questions. It's called critical thinking. Like I talk about all the time on the channel. Appreciate y'all for joining me on the walk down. I am your host, the one on the Stock Sniper. Do me a favor and hit the like button. Hit the like button, guys, because I'm about to drop some jewels. Hit the like button so we can get the notifications out. Appreciate y'all for joining me. How y'all doing today on this great day? We got 30 people in the building. I need y'all to hit the like button. Yes, I'm doing the walk down. I'm exercising. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I do over here. I exercise and now I'm doing the walk down. I'm walking another 1.5 miles, something like that. So I appreciate y'all for joining me. I am the host of One on the Stock Sniper. Because see, what we got to realize, a lot of these people don't have critical thinking skills. You know what I'm saying? Critical thinking, meaning that when you put yourself when you're your back against the wall, you know what I'm saying? Instead of like thinking, right? Instead of thinking, you know what I'm saying, and trying to think your way out of it and then make the proper adjustments, the thinking, the critical thinking aspect is not there. You know what I'm saying? So for some reason, they act out of emotions, right? Because see, guys, when you have a problem, right? A problem that you think you can get out of, whether it's financial problem, whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? You have to critically think and put a systematic plan together. You know what I'm saying? It's called critical thinking. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't have that aspect. There's no critical thinking. So when they back against the wall, when they figure out that things are not working, you know what I'm saying? They don't know how to like they don't know how to get out of bad positions. Guess what? They get emotional. And, you know, sometimes it don't turn out right. You know what I'm saying? But then at the same time, a lot of these people that's like that, they're on demon time. You know what I'm saying? So, but once you use your critical thinking skills, when you use your critical thinking, meaning you stop and you actually spend the time to think about what's going on. Should I do this or should I not do it? Why did this thought even come across my mind? Stop acting off emotions. You know what I'm saying? See, but the problem is these guys don't want no help, guys. They could care less about a critical thinking. Their thinking is one way, and that's violent. And that's violent. You know what I'm saying? But the main thing is, and what's so cold about it, and what's gonna make it even worse, that there are people taking up for these type of people, guys. There are people in the world, in America. I don't know if you heard it or not, but that guy who did that to that sweet little girl, guess what they did, guys? They started a GoFundMe for that dude, guys. Yes, for the Pookie and Ray Ray, the guy with the dreads and the red sweater that we seen this morning, that did the unthinkable to that little girl. They started a GoFundMe for this guy. Can y'all believe that, chat? They started a GoFundMe for him. That's what the word is all across the world. That they started a GoFundMe for that guy who did that to that little girl on that train. That's right, guys. So guess what's happening? A lot of people are looking to see how much money that people are giving him, right? That's what's going on right now. A lot of younger guys, a lot of younger kids are looking, trying to, and once they announce and they let us know how much he has actually, how much he's actually got in GoFundMe donations, guys. Yes, you heard it correctly. The guy who did that to that girl on that train, they have started a GoFundMe for him, guys. And now think about that for a second. They have started a GoFundMe for this guy. Wow, and kids are watching. That's why parents, don't let your kids and grandkids get caught up by the number that's going to be whenever they release how much he's actually getting from their GoFundMe. Give it a couple of days, guys. They're going to tell us how much he's been getting in GoFundMe donations. And if it's anywhere, 300,000, a million, 30,000, you know what I'm saying? Guess what's going to happen? A lot of these kids, man, are going to be inspired by that. They're going to think that, okay, if I trip and do, you know, and probably do the same thing, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to have a whole lot of people that's going to back me up, right? It's sending, you know, a mixed emotion for a negative type of thing that what happened, guys. It's sending bad emotions. It's sending bad messages, the wrong message, you know? And a lot of kids and a lot of people that's in that group of people are going to cheer him on and going to think it's okay. You know what I'm saying? They're going to think it's okay. Especially if he come up with enough donation money to basically take care of his legal fees and take care of, you know, whatever he got going on with his family. So we got to think about that, guys. We got to think about that. You know what I'm saying? And then It's a lot of things are going on, man, with the Chicago thing, with the Trump and the Chicago, beefing up. What's going to go on about that? In my opinion, any given day, any given second, they're going to send the National Guard into that city. That's what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, if you're in that city, if you're in Chicago, please don't try to fight them back, guys. Don't do it. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that they're saying on the internet. You know what I'm saying? A lot of hype, pumping people up. That's what's going on, guys. They're trying to pump people up, man. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to make, in my opinion, this is my opinion, I'm thinking they're trying to make a big war between a certain type of people and another certain type of people. That's what they think they're trying to do, guys. That's what they're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to get us off the course. Like I talk about all the time on the channel, they trying to get us off the course. That's what they're trying to do right now. Hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button. Hit the like button, guys. If you like what I'm talking about, hit the like button. Hit the like button so we get the notifications out. You know what I'm saying? We got to get it out there and about to what's going on today. Word is they started a GoFundMe for the guy that did that to that girl on the train, guys. That's the word. And then they are taking up for him. You know what I'm saying? They are making him as a victim as well. That's what's going on, guys. They're making him as a victim as well. They're saying that the system failed him. That's what they're saying. That if the system, they're making him out the victim, guys. That's what they're doing. If you don't believe me, just go do some quick searches and look at a few things, and you'll see. They're trying to make that guy out as the victim, guys. You know what I'm saying? But what they're not saying is that what's really going on the ground, and what's really going on the ground, and it's that those type of people, you can't tell them nothing. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell them nothing. They don't want to listen. They think they know it all. You know what I'm saying? They just think they know it all, guys. They don't think nothing. They don't think that they have issues. You know what I'm saying? They don't think that they have issues. You know? They don't. They don't think that, guys. All they want you to do is give. Give. Take. That's all they want to do. Give and take. And then you can't tell them nothing. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell them nothing. So I don't care what kind of help or whatever you're trying to give them. You can't help nobody that don't want to be helped, guys. You just can't. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they're not saying. They're acting like he asked and wanted help, and the system failed him. That ain't the case. These guys and these type of criminals, they don't want no help, guys. They absolutely don't. You know what I'm saying? They want to keep on keeping on. They want a handout. That's what they want. They want to live life free. They want to roam around with no responsibilities. You know what I'm saying? And they don't want nobody to tell them nothing. That's what's going on with them. All they want you to do is give them something. If they say, hey, hey, sir, I'm hungry. Give me something. They want you to give. That's all they want. You know what I'm saying? Just try it out. No, I ain't gonna say that. Don't do that, guys. That would have been a bad idea. But if you try to talk to any of them, you know what I'm saying? I've tried to talk to many of them. When they ask me for something, I talk to them at the train, the bus stop, whatever the case may be. I talk to them. You know what I'm saying? And they don't want to listen to what you got to say. You know what I'm saying? Because all they really got to do is go get a job. You know what I'm saying? Go get some help and go get a job. But they think that somebody owe them something. That's what's going on, guys. You know what I'm saying? But that's what's going on right now, man. Word is that they started a GoFundMe for that guy, for the one that did that to the little girl on that train. They say that that's what's going on. They gave him a GoFundMe. They started a GoFundMe. I can't wait until tonight so I can get updates on what's really going on, until they really say how much the GoFundMe really is getting. Because it's a certain type of people. It's putting a certain narrative out there, guys. You know, that's out there too. There's a certain group of people that's putting the narrative out there, guys, blaming it on the system like this guy's a victim. It's not true. We all make decisions in life. It's called critical thinking. That's what it's called. You know what I'm saying? You got to sit and you got to think about what you're doing before you do it. Every human being has negative thoughts that come in their mind. That don't mean you act out on your negative thought. It's called critical thinking. You think and everybody processes it differently. You know what I'm saying? Anybody on this chat has had a negative thought that come in their mind, but that doesn't mean that you act out on it. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because you got critical thinking skills. You got good critical thinking skills. You know what I'm saying? That's all you got to do. If it's a lot of people that got, mental illness, guys. If you one of those, guess what? You got to work on your mental health every single day. And we should be doing that anyway. What I'm doing right now, walking after a good run, guess what? This is good for mental health. This is good for my mental health. I'm thinking, I'm breathing, I'm getting good vitamin D from the sun, I'm exercising. You know what I'm saying? That is a critical part to mental health, right? You don't have to be labeled like you got a mental health problem to work on your mental health. Just like you lift weights, you know what I'm saying? Just like you lift weights, just like you train for a marathon, like what I'm doing right now. You have to work on your brain, because your brain, guess what, guys? Your brain is a muscle too. So you got to work on your mental health to develop some of these critical thinking skills. And the more we understand that, and the more we apply that to our lives, guess what happens? You get better and better at your critical thinking skills. You know what I'm saying? When you first start, it might take you a little bit to think the process out. But once you keep on working, once you keep on training your mind, once you keep on working on your mental health, guess what's going to happen, guys? That critical thinking is going to speed up. Next thing you know, boom, 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 you already, no, I ain't going to do that. That ain't the right thing to do. It's called critical thinking skills. You know what I'm saying? But once, guys, once you do the unthinkable, like what that guy did, it ain't critical. It ain't a mental health issue no more, guys. It's demon time. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? We don't want to be characterized as demon time, guys. You know, you don't want to be characterized as demon time. But when can't nobody tell you nothing, and you know you're in the wrong, guys, I've been across a lot of these type of people. You know what I'm saying? They know they in the wrong, and you try to tell them, hey, you know you weren't supposed to do this, that, and the third. You're supposed to do it this way, or that way. Guess what they do? They get an attitude with you. It's a lot of people like that, guys. A lot of them. Even the ones that don't break the law. You know what I'm saying? Even the ones that are not criminals. They still have that same type of, how can I explain it? They still have that same type of attitude. Yeah, great word, Stock Sniper. They still have that same type of attitude as a Pookie and a Ray Ray. You know what I'm saying? If you know what I'm talking about, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's a lot of people that, that are not criminals, that don't break the law, but they have that same type of attitude. You know what I'm saying? And that comes from generation and generation of trauma, of dysfunction. That's what it's come from. That's what it come from. That's that fourth generation thing that I'm talking about. For instance, I'm gonna put myself in it as an example. The Stock Sniper, me, every word I used to say, guys, used to be a cuss word. You know what I'm saying? I had to cuss all the time. You know what I'm saying? I was always cussing. Every sentence, it was either the N word or cussing. Yeah, I got to keep it real. Every time I would communicate, it would be an N word with a cuss word. It would be an N word with a cuss word. You know what I'm saying? Yes, don't get it twisted. The Stock Sniper used to be a Pookie and a Ray Ray, long, long way back in the game. But the Stock Sniper, what I did was I changed my mind. I changed my mind. I used what is called critical thinking skills. I put my critical thinking skills into action. That's what I did. And guess what? It changed the way I thought. It changed the way I moved. Then after that, I worked on the way I speak. Now, I don't have to say the N word every time I can't say 3 or 4 words without saying the N word. I can't say a sentence without cussing. You know what I'm saying? Right? That is the attitude part that I've been talking about for the past 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So we have to work on ourselves, guys. And once you have to, and we got to share this video. Once you understand that, hey, I got a problem. Like me, I had to understand that I had a problem of cussing all the time, saying the N-word every 3 words. Every time I say something, I gotta cuss or I gotta say the N-word. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Well, yes, that's how I used to be until I realized, well, hey, I worked on what? I worked on my mental health. That's what I did, guys. I worked on my mental health and I got situation together. See, that's what we gotta do. Don't let nobody tell you that you are born to be a criminal, guys. Don't let nobody tell you that. For all the, the guys that act like Pookie and Ray Ray, don't let nobody tell you that you are born to be that, like it ain't no hope for you. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it. Guess what? Work on yourself. Understand that, hey, I got a problem. And once you understand that you need to change, then you realize you got to change people, places, and things. Once you realize you have to change, you change people, places, and things, and you work on yourself, and then you come out here and you put the work in. That's what you do. That's exactly what you do. Otherwise, they're going to do you all type of ways. Take it from the OG. They're going to do you all type of ways, guys. Share this to somebody you know. Share this to somebody you know that don't want to listen. Share this to somebody you know that all they want to do is break the law. Share this to somebody you know that you can't tell them nothing and they dead wrong. Send it to them. Say, man, I ran into this OG on YouTube called Stock Sniper. Man, listen to the OG, man. He's telling us about critical thinking and the importance of critical thinking skills. Before you want to do something bad, think about it. Is this right or is this wrong? And really think about it. And take 10 seconds to think. Now it's wrong. I shouldn't do this to this little girl on this train. And then realize, okay, I got a mental problem. And then try to work on changing. Then go get help. Right? Guess what, guys? Don't be the type of person that nobody can't tell you anything. Don't be that type of person. One of the worst things that we can be is somebody that think that they know it all. Especially when you dead to the wrong. Don't think you know it all. Don't be the type of person where can't nobody tell you nothing. You know what I'm saying? Especially somebody older than you. Which brings me to the next point. See, guys, a lot of things also is that these younger guys don't want to listen to the elders. They don't want to listen to the right elders. Let me rephrase that. They don't want to listen to the right elders because there's so many elders that act the same way they do. Woo! Let me say that again. They don't want to listen to the right elders because there's so many elders that act the same way they do. You got grandparents, you got kids, and the grandparents act the same. You got kids that party with their grandparents. Come on, bro. You got kids that party with their mama. You got kids that do drugs with their mama and grandma. Yes, that's what's going on. When I say that we are 4 generations in the Pookie and Ray Rays, I meant that. And guess what? The elders that's trying to show them the right way, guess what? They ain't gonna listen to them. But then once your kid, I'm talking to the parents that are like, they treat their kids like they brother and sisters. Once you raise your kids like that, guess what's gonna happen when they get older? When you try to tell them something that's right, because a lot of times, guys, a lot of these parents that ran the streets, go to the club every other night, say the N-word every 3 sentences. You know what I'm saying? Once they grow up and realize, well, hey, and they have a moment where they change, they find Allah, they find Jesus Christ, guess what happens? They want to try to change. And once you have been a brother and a sister to your kid in a negative way for 10, 15 years, and all of a sudden you find Allah or you find Jesus Christ, and you want to, what I call, change horses in the middle of the race, guess what's going to happen? Those kids they're going to disrespect you more than they ever have before. That's what's going to happen. Take it from the OG. They're going to disrespect you more than ever. Why? Because it's just like an example. You got a dog, right? And the dog is used to being outside. From a puppy, the dog, this is the example. From a puppy, the dog is used to being outside, running around in the yard, using the restroom wherever he want to use the restroom at, right? But now you want to bring the dog in the house. The dog is 3 years old now, and the dog been outside since it was a puppy. Well, when you try to bring that dog in the house and try to get it to not use the restroom in the house, guess what's going to happen? You're going to have a whole lot of rejection from the dog. Why is that, Stock Sniper? Because the dog is already stuck in his ways. The dog been outside for 3 years. All of a sudden now, you want to bring the dog in the house and want to give the dog some law and order? It's going to take you forever to potty train that dog. Forever. And 8 times out of 10, you probably ain't going to be able to train it. Why? Because it's very, very difficult. It's damn near impossible to teach an old dog new tricks. Hello. That's how it works, guys. Same scenario. Once you are being a brother or sister to your kids, and you've been doing it, now they 18 or 20, and now you done found Allah or Jesus Christ, and now you realize that, hey, it's time to change. I don't want to go to the club no more. I don't want to smoke no more. I don't want to drink no more. I don't want to cuss no more. And then you want to try to implement that to your kid who's now gone. Guess what's going to happen? Now you want to tell him he can't smoke in the house no more. Now you want to tell him he can't drink in the house no more. Now you want to try to tell him he got to go to church with you every Sunday. Now you got to tell him his homeboys can't come over there no more. Now you want to tell him he can't cuss all around you no more. Guess what's going to happen? He's going to reject you like never before. Then you're going to want to put him out. Then he's going to be running around here like a Pookie and Ray Ray and subject to be the type of person like that dude did to that poor little girl on the train. Woo! I'm going in. I'm going in. Yeah, I'm talking a little bit fast, you know what I'm saying? But if you don't understand, rewind the video. I'm giving some real juice or something to really, for y'all to really think about, and me too. So we got to think about these things, guys. We got to stay the course. We got to stay the course. So with that being said, this is 27 minutes. Man, I'm walking fast, guys. I'm on it today. I'm on it. I've already walked a mile and a half, and it's 26 minutes. I'm way ahead of the game. See, it's good to be ahead of the game, guys. When it comes to life, when it comes to putting the work in, you want to be ahead of the game. Yeah, you want to be ahead. That's how it works. So we're ahead of the game right now. This is about the 115th episode of The Walk Down. If you're just not joining and you don't know what The Walk Down is, let me give you a good thing. It's a show that I created. I run 4 miles a day. Then I walk another mile and a half. This illustrates that I stay in my own lane and I mind my own business. A lot of people like this walk down. I like it too because it helps with my physical fitness. I'm training for a marathon. Yes, I got a goal and I'm training for a marathon. And guess what? It's already September, guys. It's already September. I got 4 more months before the marathon and we ready to rock and roll. And we ready to rock and roll. So yeah, that's what we're talking about. That guy, they got to GoFundMe for the guy. They do. They're treating him like he's a victim, guys. I can't make this up, as they say on the internet. And I thought I'd never say that. But I can't make this up, guys. They started a GoFundMe for that scumbag criminal, bro. That's wild. So guys, I'm going to end it by saying this. Stay vigilant. Stay paying attention to what's going on. Like me right now. I got my phone, but I'm not looking at my phone like I'm looking at Instagram or YouTube. I'm paying attention to my surroundings because you never know. Somebody might jump out these bushes right now. You know what I'm saying? And that's possible in 2025. Somebody might say, be laying right there and jump out and try to attack me. You know? But I got to pay attention. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got to stay ready, keep from getting ready. Any movement in that bushes, guess what? I'm going to turn around and look and see. If you coming to me, well, we're going to have to meet each other head on. You ain't going to sneak me from the back. That's the reason why we got to pay attention. That's the reason why I'm out and I'm watching and I'm paying attention to what's going on. But guess what? I'm well aware. That's why, guys, exercise. Exercise with your kids. And more importantly, be out and observing of what's going on. Don't let nobody get in your space and don't get in nobody else's space. That's where we at in 2025. I'm going to be saying that every single day, guys. Don't let nobody get in your space. Pay attention to what's going on. You know, have your weapon on you. Exercise. So if you have to mix it up and you have to get physical, you'll be ready to rock and roll. You'll be at least be able to defend yourself. But keep your weapon on you at all times. Mace, a knife. You know what I'm saying? If you're a criminal, if like a lot of people, you know, are criminals, which I mean not criminals, but convicts. Let me say this too, which is very, very important. It's a lot of people that I know that are convicted felons, but have changed their life, right? And because of that, they can't, you know, walk around legally with a gun. So, you know, so they're out here sitting like a sitting duck, guys. So have you a weapon or something on you at all times. And always pay attention to what's going on, guys. Because you might not think that it could happen to you, and then next thing, or somebody you know, or somebody in your family, and next thing you know, the unthinkable happens. So we got to prepare ourselves. Just like in school, they are fire drills. Now they're training the kids for mass shootings. You know, we have to prepare our households and ourselves. In other words, we got to be in military mode. We got to be in military mode. You got to be in shape. You got to know how to work a weapon. Put your kids in mixed martial arts. Put your kids in karate. Put your kids in some type of self-defense class where those type of places practice self-defense, how to at least try to handle yourself if somebody come at you with a knife, come at you with a gun. You know what I'm saying? Teach you how to be on your P's and Q's. Put your kids and put yourself in those type of, you know, so you'll be ready to get on go if anything happens. You know what I'm saying? And more importantly, don't be watching your phone, guys, in public. Don't do it. The days of watching your cell phone and not paying attention to what's around you, those days are over. Let me say that again. The days of, especially if you in a nice living, if you're in a above poverty level neighborhood community. If you live in a nice area, guess what? You are more of a high risk than anybody else. If you live close to a downtown, you're at high risk. So just because you live in a nice neighborhood, don't get caught slipping. Don't. Be more vigilant. Because you live in a nice neighborhood, be more observant of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Be more observant. And you might say, well, Stock Sniper, we have a police officer that, you know, patrols our neighborhood. I understand, but still, you just never know. The police could pass by, and one of them Pookie and Ray Rays could jump out of the bushes, like I was just saying, and do you all type of ways, catch you slipping. Because they are looking for people that are not paying attention, guys. They're looking for people that are not paying attention. So with that being said, I love and I appreciate y'all. That's it for today. Share the video, rewind it and listen to it, and make sure you be on your P's and Q's at all times. With that being said, I love and I appreciate y'all. Appreciate everybody that's been rocking with me. Appreciate the chat, but I got to pay attention to what's going on. With that being said, I love and I appreciate y'all. To the next one, I'm out.